Hey everybody, welcome to this playthrough of RimWorld, version 16 with host as always Mah-Dry-Bread. They just added the ability to make caravans into the game, so I'm pretty pumped. For anyone new, this is the third year of me playing this game, something like that. And I'm kind of just pumped to get into another play session of this because I play this all the time, just not so often on the show. I'll be putting up time codes for you to skip parts you're not interested in, especially in this first episode. So let's get started. I think what we want to do is just have our standard crash-landed intro thing here. You know, 3 people, you have some base technology, you know how to use electricity and stuff like that. And we're going to have probably just like a temperate forest, you know? We're going to take a pretty simple place to settle in and really focus on the trading mechanics. I want to see if I can make my camp into like a trading outpost and really focus on caravans, because that seems really fun to me. So, we're gonna stick with Cassandra Classic here and Rough. Threats are quite dangerous. Recommended. Not recommended until you got experience with the game. Okay, well, I've got like 3 years experience with the game. I'm good, but I'm not great. And then Intense is like hard mode. Succeeding, well-rounded, understanding survival strategies, and some luck. Yeah, and then some challenge is 4 if it's your first time. I think Rough is gonna be fine, but we can change this partway through. If it starts feeling like it's too easy, we'll bump it up to Intense. What's permadeath? One save file, and you can only save when quitting the game. You cannot reload the game to fix mistakes, and when your colony dies, that's it. Well, yeah, let's have that on. I like Iron Man mode in games. That's usually what they call that mode. Okay, so we get to name our seed or our planet now. I have no idea what to name this, so let's just call it Planet Manbar. And for globe coverage, so we can have it spawn either 30% of a planet, 50%, or 100%. This is our first time really doing this whole trading thing, so I think that 30% is going to be fine. We're probably not going to last like a billion years on this one place. I'm not the greatest player in the world, but I don't know, I think 30% is cool. I'll be doing more playthroughs if I die. And overall rainfall and temperature, just normal. Let's generate a nice basic planet just to learn on. Okay, here we go. It's generated our planet here. How do I rotate this again? Arrow keys do it. Okay. Okay, so what do we got here? So it's generated us 30% of the planet, which is here. And we got a pretty wide range of stuff here. Okay, so for anyone unfamiliar with this is new in this version. You'll see that there are house symbols. There are tent symbols, or teepees possibly, and then there are like poison-looking symbols. Okay, well the poison-looking ones are pirates. Personally, I would have done a Jolly Roger, but whatever. Those are pirates. All those locations are just pirate bands. You're never going to make friends with them. They're always going to hate your guts. Next, we have different colored tents. These are tribes. The different colors of tents are different tribes. So the green tribe, and then there's that kind of like off yellowy green tribe. And the houses are settlements. These are more advanced ones. You know, villages, they have electricity like us. And they come in different colors for different factions too. So it looks like we've got 2 tribes, we've got 2 settlement factions, and I don't know how many pirate factions. They all come out as the same color. I don't know if it's all just one pirate band on this planet, or if it's just that, you know, you're not making friends with them anyway, so what's the difference? But I do believe the closer we are to a pirate, the more likely we're going to get raided. However, we can raid them now. Now, mind you, we're not going to do that early on because, I mean, they're pirates. They're going to have a lot of weapons. They're going to be ready. They're going to expect backlash. And likewise, it wouldn't hurt to settle near a tribe or a village so that we have an easy trading partner to make friends with, because you have way better prices and a way better option to stock to buy when you are the caravan going to their village. We can also set up multiple settlements now, which is super cool. Like, we could settle here, and then later settle here, and here, and here, and just settle all over the place, and have, like, global domination. In fact, there's a whole new victory type, where you just get to a really distant, spaceship and blast off there instead of building your own. But an appealing place to me seems like it's kind of here. We're kind of in the middle of a lot of settlements. The pirates are a little bit far away, so we have a little bit of breathing room, but we'll probably try and hunt them down later. We have a mountain range here. We have some mountains here. I think I want to be like here, because then I've got all these around me. That's 3 different factions that I can meet. I think that's pretty cool. So we got a temperate forest. Let's do the train menu here. So we can see like the average temperatures and everything. So we have proper winters and proper summers here. And higher elevation would probably make it colder. Small hills terrain, flat terrain. I think I'm cool with flat. Normally small hills, or actually mountainous in general, is really good because you have such a variety of ores you can get. But you know what? We're going to be traders. Maybe we'll buy most of our steel. That's going to be where some of our challenge is. Okay, let's go right here. We have granite and sandstone. Granite's an awesome kind of stone. Sandstone, I believe, is the nicest looking, so maybe we could make art out of it or something. So I'm happy with those kinds of stone. And the average winter temperature and the average summer temperature. The summer temperature we actually don't need to worry about that much unless there's a heat wave. That's not bad. 21 Celsius, and then -10 Celsius winters. We're gonna need some warm clothing, but it's not a huge deal. Average temperature 5, which is pretty low. Growing periods from spring to fall. So there is gonna be a decent amount of the year that we're gonna have to hunt, but it's a temperate forest, so food won't be too hard to find. We'll just want to get a freezer and freeze a lot of food early on. All right, I think I'm pretty cool with this. Let's go on to the next part. Okay, I'll speed this up for you guys because I'm gonna have to randomize quite a bit. We want someone who's good at crafting, we want someone who's good at construction, and we want someone who's good at shooting. Those are the most important things to me right away in the playstyle that I'm thinking of. But of course, we're gonna need a medic. We need someone who's good at social to recruit more people. You know, there's a lot of things that we do need, but the most important things to me right now is good at construction and good at crafting. So let me randomize and see if I can get some good people on our team. And we're now officially in the game. Alright, so I'm gonna go over, ooh, we got lucky with our animal spawn. Female husky. Huskies are good ones to have. Okay, so I'm gonna go over our characters real quick. I had to regenerate characters for a long time before I got passable ones. And of course I named them after me and my friends, so that I'm more attached to them when they all inevitably die. So here we go, we've got me and DB. I've got a passion for shooting, a passable passion for shooting, and I'm pretty good at it at 10, maximum's 20. But anything over 10 is really good. I'm also a careful shooter, so I do shoot slowly, but I have way better accuracy. So I should probably take the rifle. I'm also pretty artistic. Not the most useful thing in the world, but we can probably make some money off of that. Decent passion for mining. Really bad at a lot of things here, unfortunately. Big passion, though, for research, and passion for crafting, although sucks at crafting, so I'm probably not going to have him craft. Mostly going to have him research and hunt. I'm probably going to have him hunt a lot, actually, both to keep our stock of food up, but also so that we can keep his shooting skill going up, because he's likely going to be the person defending us. Next, we have Shally here. Shally has a huge passion for crafting and is very good at it, and also has a passion for research and is even better than me at it. She's also really good at construction, which is the main reason I took her despite being low in a lot of skills, is having someone who's good at construction is really valuable, because it means that whenever you make tables, beds, anything like that, they're of better quality, they make people happy being around them, they make people happy using them. It's just really valuable, and you can sell them too. She is abrasive, has a chemical interest, so I need to keep her away from the drugs, and pretty, so people like her. Right, my character is a careful shooter. Prostphobe, I think is how you pronounce that. But yeah, basically he's unhappy unless he has bionic body parts. Oh, never mind, misread. He hates bionic body parts. Okay, fine. And he's super psychically sensitive, which is usually a bad thing. Lastly, we have Mandy here. Great at shooting, so we do have 2 people who are great shots, which is valuable. Also good in melee. Has social skills, so we're probably gonna have her be the one recruiting people early on. Is good at medicine, and we have no one who's really good with animals or at cooking, unfortunately. She's got a passion for growing, although she's not great at it. So our weak points in our team are real weak points. We're not good at tending to animals. We're not good at cooking, so we're likely gonna get food poisoning every once in a while. No one's really that great at growing crops or at mining, so we do have some weaknesses we're gonna have to take care of. Where's the pistol we always spun with? There it is. And then Shally, you're not really good with any of this stuff, so just take the knife and we'll try and keep you out of the fight. So first of all, we're gonna unforbid all of our starting equipment here. Make sure that they know that they can use this stuff. Okay, so I've got to figure out, Buffalo over there, I got to figure out where we want to settle. So right now, this is already appealing to me because this is rich soil, which means it's highly fertilized. We can grow crops really well there. There's a little bit over there, but not as much. And growing crops and making it into stuff is likely where we're going to get a lot of our stuff early on. So I think I want to settle up here. So let's get in the planning phase here. So we're going to plan. So my general idea that I think I want to go for is this. So we're going to do 30 by 30 square. Awesome. And remove 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to make these into sandbags later. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm trying a new base design I've been thinking about. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll expand this later too. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So we're going to have sandbags around here in the future. In the start, we're likely just going to put up some sandbags at the corners. Because sandbags on mass like this does take up a lot of steel that we need for other things. Let's plan out our building in here. So we want all of this to be farmland. Oh yeah, and we should set up dumping stockpiles early. I want to have the debris that we don't need dumped right inside the sandbags so they're harder for enemies to scale. If they want to like jump the cover and start trying to stab us or something, I want them to have a hard time doing it. There we go. Throw that debris in the way of them. Okay, we can also pretty safely have a chop wood order on this whole area here to chop down all the trees that are ready so that we have a lot of wood available to us in the beginning. Let's plan out our building here. So we want to make the best use of this land that we can. You know, like really use what we can here. So that kind of gives me a little bit of border to work with. Now, I'm not the best at the planning phase in this game just because part of my cerebral palsy is I have aphantasia. I can't picture things properly in my head. So I'm kind of physically mapping these things out as I go along. So what do we need here? Well, I want a bedroom combined barracks type thing. Is this good for that? I mean, let me think about it this way. Let's say that this is a freezer here. Okay, so this room is a freezer. We'd have a door here and a door here. Actually, you know what? I could do that instead. That'd be more efficient. So I want a door here and a door here because more doors in the way means that the cold air is less likely to escape and, you know, we're more likely to keep the food frozen. So we can have a stove here. And I would have a door that leads out right there and a butcher table here so we can butcher things outside. So if we had a stove here, we could have bed. Okay, so we could have some beds in here, but I also want a dining table. So I think what I'm going to do, something more like this. Make this room just a little bit bigger. So we can have like a dining table here, the stove here, beds here, something along those lines. Gives us a little bit more room to work with. So we can have a door into the next room here. This is where we're probably going to be producing things, maybe a bit of a storage room too. I do worry about how much room we're going to have to store things because we took so much farmland here. But we could always build outside of this little grid that I've made for us. We could extend it a little bit farther. It's just, you know what? We might have to. So I think what I'm going to do, let's take a little bit of extra room here. And I think what we're going to do, yeah, this is going to be our barracks and eatery, as well as where we cook. We'll go into here, and this will be a production room. We're gonna produce our goods in here. And then what we're gonna do is actually change this up a little bit. I'm gonna extend this a little bit farther than I expected. Ooh, I can't talk today. So we'll get rid of those plans right now. So this is the 30 mark. Let's extend it by another 10. And extend this 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And do I have it out 4? Yeah, that's what I have it out. Okay, I'm happy with that. And then here is where we're gonna have a storage shed. Ooh, a little bit too far actually. Let's do this. I'm happy with something like this. And we can have a door to get out again. I didn't make this nearly high enough on that end. How long is that? That's 6? That looks much better. I like when things are symmetrical. Okay. Store things in there. We have extra room. Maybe we could use it as a prison if we needed to. I'm not sure. I think I'm happy with this design for now. We'll have to kind of see when we get there. But what I'm going to do ahead of time, set up a dumping stockpile, or rather a stockpile, like a regular one, in there. And delete zone just through the center so we can walk through there if need be. Gotta remake. Forgot you can't just split it in half. Do that, and then we make a separate one for food in here. This will be more useful in the future than it is now. But we want meals, raw food, and animal corpses stored in there because that'll be a freezer in the future. Okay, I'm pretty happy with this setup, so let's just save real quick. Never know when you're gonna crash. Oh right, we can only save on exit, that's right. Okay, well, I'm sure if I crash it'll hopefully save. Let's hope for the best. Let's set up our work real quick. Manual priorities, so everybody wake up if you need to fight some fire. If you have a life-threatening health condition, immediately get in bed. If you have a non-life-threatening one, get a lot of bed rest. You're a best doctor, so you're gonna be always doing that. And patience gonna be a little bit lower so that you don't go running into the bed if you need to go healing people. Flick can always be number 1 just because if you need it to be done, it's usually important. It takes a half second to do. Warden, put your priority high on that because you're the only one. No one's any good with animals, so MDB, you're gonna have to take care of that. Who's our best cook? Oh, we got no one good at cooking, so you're gonna have to have a high priority on that one, Mandy. Hunt. Yeah, I'm happy with both of you hunting, just because you've both got guns and you're both good with them. Construction, you're the only one with a passion for it, so I want you to be doing the one doing all the construction if possible. It'll slow down our construction, especially early on, but it'll pay off because they'll be doing all the construction, so they'll be leveling in construction, and we'll have better quality beds and tables and chairs and, you know. Now, I don't think there's any negative to having someone bad at growing plant things, so we'll have that there. I know there's no negative to having someone bad at cutting plants, cut plants, because you can see here there's no associated skill. So far as I can tell, they don't actually fail to harvest more based on plant cutting. They might fail to harvest more based on growing skill, but I'm really not sure. Anyone can mine. Anyone can cut plants. For tailoring, I really only want my people who are skilled with it doing it, so I'm happy with Shally's priorities here. I think I'm pretty cool with this. Yeah, I think I'm cool with this for now. Okay. Ooh, there's food over there. Let's actually haul that up to our place before wild animals eat it. And we actually have quite a bit of hauling to do here. Okay. Let's reset up our dumping stockpile here. Just so we have this for future reference. 1, 2, then 1, 2. There we go. Just making sure that I've got everything spaced out nicely. There we go. Gonna need a lot of steel for this. Luckily, there is a nearby steel mining place and a silver ore mining place. Sweet. Okay, let's set down what we want them to build first, which is this room because it's where we're gonna sleep. I messed up there a little bit. That looks really janky. Let me just... How do I want this? I could just do wall there and there. I can maybe fit a battery in there or something. Yeah, that works. And then door, door, door. And we'll do 3 beds in here. We'll just put them... Yeah, do we want them in that corner for now? Like, okay. So I put the cooking table here. That takes up 3 spots. Dining table could probably be right here. I could even put it right here. I don't know. You know what? Dining table will be right here, and we'll have the chairs on the left and top of it. So we can put the beds up here then. Okay. I think I'm happy with that. We have our base planned out here in the beginning set. We have our orders set. Let's get going. So first, let's just let them grab their weapons, and then, good, you're hauling. You know what, just straight up haul so that you haul as much as you can. And you're gonna go harvest? No, haul some food. You've already, and haul the medicine. Okay, hauling the most important things immediately, like the wood, the food, the medicine. Perfect. Colonists need beds, is what it's yelling at us about right now, just because the beds aren't made yet, but we've got them set up. And after we have this built, I'm gonna start setting up the grow zones. We're gonna wanna grow a lot of stuff and make a lot of stuff. We also probably wanna enclose this room very early as well, just so wild animals are not eating our food. And we're gonna speed up here. MDB, of course, deciding that the most important thing he can do right now is clean. I'm gonna actually manually tell him that although I normally would like that priority, go haul some supplies. Mandy, what are you doing? You're still hauling the food. Okay. Okay, so Mandy right now is just focusing on hauling things to the new location. I'm cool with that. Gertrude is our animal here. Let's train them in obedience. I don't think it's... Is it bonded to anyone? Bonded to Mandy. Okay, once we have that... Okay, I don't like that bear being so close to home. We'll have to be careful. Well, it'll make Mandy happy to have Gertrude follow her around. Okay, so we already have a superior quality bed, so that's nice. That'll make them happy. I really don't like this, how close this bear is, and I don't want to fight it with the equipment we've got. Okay, what's our second quality bed? We got a good quality. We got a normal quality. Wow, we don't have any bad beds early on. This is really convenient. And we'll put in flooring later, because having dirt is not very nice. They don't like it much. But right now our priorities lay elsewhere. I don't like you walking so close to that bear over and over. Yeah, you're hauling that. Okay, that's the last of the wood that the game just gave us at the beginning. You're hauling the steel. Haul that food first. We need to keep an eye on the food. And MDB's walking around cutting trees. That's good. We need the wood from it. This is perfect. Seriously, that bear is making me paranoid. The bear is in our room. I hope he leaves before we finish the door. Thank you. All right, let's speed things up a little bit here. Oh man, they are cutting these trees slow. Look at those progress bars. All right, Shally's eating. Shally's building. Good. Finish off that room. You can finish the roof. Let's actually set up an animal sleeping spot inside. So our dog is spending the nights inside, which is much safer. Okay, there we go. All of our building plans are currently done. So we can start on enclosing our food, so that we don't need to worry about animals eating our food. Now these are all prepackaged meals, they don't go bad, but we do want to get electricity going fairly early, just for the sake of keeping our food safe. Once the walls are finished, there we go, doing the roof to make sure it doesn't deteriorate. Perfect, okay. Okay, things are actually going pretty well. Why do I have right there? Oh, right, because I was just kind of mapping out what I was able to build with. We can get rid of that little nub there. We're gonna have to haul a lot of this debris. Time assignment, this is letting me know that I can tell people when to work. None of them are night owls, so I'm just gonna mark that as learned. Okay, that was a fairly productive first day. We still have a lot of trees to cut and our people suck at it. It seems like how fast they cut is actually not based off plant cutting, but is instead based off growing, because our people are very bad at that, and so they're cutting these trees extremely slowly, which is a shame. Where am I gonna put solar panels? Probably like down here or something. Oh yeah, I should get some joy stuff for my people early. Let's just have a horseshoes peg right there. Actually, you know what? Not right there. Have it like here, just so that they can play horseshoes if they need to. I hear fighting going on. Oh, a bear is eating a tortoise. I hope he doesn't do that to our dog. The farther he gets away, the better. I probably want to kill that bear as soon as I feel a little bit safer, but okay, so we have the horseshoes pegs, so they at least have some kind of thing to enjoy. I probably want to make a chess table early on too, because psychological breaks is pretty bad, so you want a lot of sources of joy to keep people happy. Okay, we actually have a good wood supply here. Might cancel some of these wood cutting orders soon, but at least it's giving us a lot to build with. In fact, we should take advantage of this right away. And just start setting up walls. That's like one piece of rich soil. We can get rid of that. Okay, so as soon as Shally's done, there we go. Shally's working on the walls again. This is perfect. We're actually getting a lot done. Okay. I think it's about time I start setting up these grow zones. Okay, so it's a little bit hard to tell exactly where the rich soil starts and ends. So what we're gonna do here, do something like this, extend it out here. You know what, let's do this unpaused. So this first really big grow zone is all going to be corn. That's all food, because food is obviously the most important thing to us, because we need to eat. Okay, and the next one is going to be, what do we need next? Let's get smoke leaf. Smoke leaf is essentially like weed. Sells well, easy to produce. We want a passable grow zone here of, I just accidentally extended this one. Let's go delete zone like that. We want a passable little zone here of probably cotton. There we go, cotton. Produce clothes with. We might actually want that to be bigger. God, I hate when it's a color that really blends in. Let's actually extend that zone a little. Okay, and our next grow zone. Let's do that. This grow zone can be heal root. We have no one good enough at growing for that. God, that sucks. Right, we have no one good enough at growing to make a lot of the good stuff. Okay, just do rice then. Where's rice? Rice, and then until we have something better to do, the rest of this whole rich soil grow zone, it looks like it's something like this. The rest of that can all be cotton, so we can start making some of our money. Okay, and once again, we are sweeping the dirt. Good idea. And we have almost all those walls done. Sweet. Want to start getting some doors up and stuff. There we go. Setting up some more wood cutting orders. And we're almost night of the second day again. Okay, looks like they're finally done enough of their tasks that they're starting to work the land. Good. Kind of wish they'd work on the corn first. Let's actually tell them to go do the corn first because, hey, that's our food. It's most important that that's growing right away. And there are trees and there's debris and stuff that we're going to have to haul. In fact, let's haul all of the debris out of the farmland and have that as a high priority. Okay, so they're probably not happy about having a shitty bedroom. So they don't like having a shared bedroom. They don't like that they're eating without a table. I'm going to wait until Shally's done with all these walls, and then I'm going to have a dining table. I also want electricity soon, so the way we're going to do that, we can fit 2 batteries in there. In fact, better yet, do a little wall there, we'll put a door. That way the batteries aren't making the room uglier. And we'll put a solar panel out here. There we go. That gives something to work towards in terms of getting us electricity. Solar panels only work during daylight, of course, so eclipses really ruin them. However, good, she's at work. However, they do generate power a lot faster than a windmill. Windmills are still great though. I mean, windmills, you can put them in farmland, and that's really great because farmland is flat land anyway. So crops and stuff don't get in the way. As long as you don't have trees there, you're good. Windmills need some room on either side of them. And I think we're almost ready to end this episode, this first episode. I'll make sure to get the second episode out for you guys very soon after the first one, though, so that if you enjoy this episode, you can just kind of keep on watching right away. Okay, good. Shally's doing the roof. So our stuff in storage is not going to start decaying from being out in the open. And Shally's also working on getting our electricity going. I also want some auto doors pretty early on. In fact, let's get a simple research bench early on. There we go. We're generating power. It's being stored in the battery. This is perfect. And after that's done being built, nice, it's being worked on there. Get a table. We only need 3 stools on it for now. Okay, we need a research project. Right, research. So drug production is a very tempting first one to make money, but it's very quick to research. You can see only 500 research points. That's pretty quick, and we do have good researchers. And there isn't much we could do with it right away. Pemmican is very tempting because pemmican keeps for a very long time, and it's good for travel, which would mean it'd be good for our caravan. But we're not quite ready for the caravan yet. Brewing, also tempting. We could grow hops, make beer, sell it. What do we need for growing hops? What skill? Hops is 7, and we don't have anyone who's that good at growing. So that can wait. I like this new tech tree, by the way. It keeps things very organized. It's awesome. Carpet making keeps us happy because carpets look nice, but we need cloth for that, and that'll take a while to grow. It's really just not our highest priority. Smithing's nice. It'll get us better weapons. Right now, the best thing we can make is probably a short bow. We do have a good crafter, so short bows, nothing to sneeze at. Arrows hurt, but smithing would get us long bows. It would get us some melee weapons, and it would work us towards machining, which is when we start making guns and proper armor, and that's valuable to us. There are a lot of things we could really start on. Refining, that lets us make chem fuel, which is new, out of wood. I bet you we could sell chem fuel at a good price, and there's no shortage of wood. Auto doors. I think we want auto doors right away, because then we can have an auto door here and here, so when we're walking in and out of the freezer to cook, it's much faster. But you know, we've only got 3 people right now, and that's low priority. I'm really indecisive, aren't I? Microelectronics basics would teach us how to make a few things, I believe, but it mostly just leads to better things, like hospital bed. Hospital bed is awesome. So is medicine production, although that requires drug production. Passive cooler means we won't need electricity for a cooler, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. We're in a little bit of a cold climate as is. So what is the most useful thing to us right away? I'm gonna say, do we start with stone cutting? Yeah, we start with stone cutting, which is nice, because I don't know why you didn't before. I'm gonna say get early work going on smithing. So whenever our researchers have nothing else to work on, they'll start researching and get us close towards better weapon production. We have visitors. Right, so we don't know who our neighbors are yet. We're getting... Let's take a second here to meet our factions. So, everyone's enemies of the Red Saws, which are the pirates. Okay, that's normal. The Union of Trabilga, they don't like us. They hate our guts. Everyone else is cool with us. It doesn't say hostile though, so they're not ready to just outright raid us. And I'd like to make friends with them if possible. These people are from southwestern Hisidna. Southwestern Hisidna. So that's the kind of off orangey, bready, beigey color. I don't know what you'd call that. Salmon. I think you'd call that salmon. So they're from there. Yeah, they're cool with us. Who's our best talker again? I think that's kind of a weak point for us. Warden, Mandy's our best talker. Mandy, go have a word with them and see if they'll trade anything. We don't have much. They probably don't have much either. Okay, here's the trade menu. Yeah, they don't have much to sell and we don't have much to sell. Nothing to trade, really. Okay, good. Shally's already working at our dining room table. It is good quality. Okay, so we'll like it. Normal quality stool, good quality stool, good quality. We're getting lucky on this. So we actually have a good dining area. We got a really good dining area for this early on. All right. I'm really happy with this. And we're really getting progress on the garden going. That's good. Hey, MDB, get back to working on the corn. I mean, like, we already have a pretty big cornfield. When harvest season comes around, we'll have plenty, but, you know. 14th of spring, I'm actually worried that the corn's not going to be able to be harvested before it gets too cold. We might go hydroponics at some point to use electricity and indoor stuff to grow our plants at some point, but it's a real power hog doing that. Okay, so we have stored a little bit of power. We'll store a lot more in this coming day here, just because we got the solar generator done a little bit late. Don't have a meal source yet, right? So last few things to do this episode, we're going to get our stove going. We're going to get a butcher's table just outside. So we have some more building stuff here. Good, they're eating. Oh yeah, this is a good ending point. Mandy thinks you should give your faction a name. What should your faction be called? And also, we'll be here while we get to name our outpost. So faction name and outpost name. Okay, well, we're not going with the defaults here. So I think I'm going to call this Outpost 567. You know, it looks nicer if you have a dash in there. Yeah. It's our trading outpost 567, and that is a reference to back in the really early days of YouTube. Like, I've always gone by Mah-Dry-Bread. It's nickname since high school, but when I first made my YouTube account, it was before I was a YouTuber, so it was literally just the username that was never taken, which was my first name, which is Madrot, and then 567, because I just put some numbers on it, because Madrot was always taken for some reason, even though, like, no one has this name. So Outpost 567, I think that's a good name. And the name of my faction is, of course, the greatest thing you could ever name your faction in real life, which is Super Pig Fuckers 64. Beautiful. We're the Super Pig Fucker 64. It's shittiest name. Oh, that's kind of beautiful. I love it. Okay. And I think this is a good ending point for this episode. If you enjoyed this episode, I'll make sure I have the link to part 2 on screen for you. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and until next time, have a nice day.